Hi, welcome back to the Virtue Bowling Supply YouTube channel. My name is Chris and I'm here to bring the high rev perspective.
And my name is Josh and I'll be bringing the low rev perspective.
All right, today we're gonna be taking a look at the brand new Storm IQ Tour Sapphire, and I'm gonna be comparing that to the Motive Venom Hysteria and the Storm Rocket AI.
And I'll be comparing it to the Storm Rocket AI and the Hammerhead Pearl. These comparisons will give us and you an idea of what these pieces look like going down the lane. At the end, we will give our honest, unbiased review, anywhere from nuts to trash. With that being said, we are here at Mesa East on a fresh house shot, so make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys out on the lanes.
I've been a really big fan of the cleaner Pearl IQ Tours in the past. The last two I threw were the Emerald and the Ruby, and to me this feels like it fits somewhere in between the two. I know they're all pretty much the same ball, but I feel like the color of the cover makes a bit of a difference. The Emerald to me was a little earlier and a little more hook stoppy, and the Ruby wanted to be sideways. Like, it was probably the cleanest out of all of them and wanted to hook right to left like crazy. This one I thought might be closer to the Ruby, but it honestly fits closer to me closer to the Emerald. My misses to the right I thought were gonna hockey stick just based off how much friction was to the right, but it actually blended pretty well. Like, I mean, the couple that I got really quick to the right, I mean, hooked quite a bit, but it actually blended it way better than I anticipated. So to me, the ball motion actually looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Venom Hysteria and see how that compares. All right, to me, the Venom Hysteria is quite a bit stronger than the IQ Tour Sapphire. They definitely fit a similar spot in the bag. I just think the Venom Hysteria is a little bit more blendy. It's not quite as quick to the friction. The Sapphire isn't super quick to friction based off of what I saw here. It definitely is in that category of where it really kind of wants to see the friction make the corner, but to me, the Venom Hysteria is a little bit more rounded and more archy ball motion than the Sapphire. So now I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Rocket AI and see how that compares. All right, so after seeing the Rocket AI go down the lane, this one is a little closer to the Venom Hysteria than the Sapphire. I thought the Sapphire might fit somewhere in between these two, but to me, the Rocket AI is still stronger. Definitely has a quickness to the cover. If I got it to the right, I really saw it. But you could tell how big the core was. My misses left never really wanted to turn the corner, so I definitely needed to have my angles more open because of that stronger archy type of ball motion. All right, final thoughts on the IQ Tour Sapphire. Just based off of ball motion today, with how cliffed they kind of felt, I thought this ball motion wasn't gonna be the greatest, because normally when they have a little bit more friction to the right, you want somebody that'll blend the friction. And this category to me doesn't do that a ton, but this ball actually did it really well. For me, my misses right weren't too crazy sideways, and my misses left weren't so down lane that they missed pocket. So for me, I think this is going to be pretty versatile, especially if you're high rev, more rev dominant. And this one not being super sideways, I think this ball's going to be pretty good. So I think it's going to fit in the fire category for me.
For me, this ball instantly out of box looks really cool to me. I love this blue. However, going down the lane, it was a little on the cleaner side. For me, I felt like it just needed just a touch of surface to really make it want to blend the lane the right way. And this is one of the cleanest IQs I've ever thrown, and it wasn't bad. It just, I don't think it was made, for something so heavy in the middle portion of the lane. I feel like if there was a little bit more lower volume, or playing in an area of the lane that had that lower volume but not so clipped like it is today, I feel like it would have just been a little bit better. However, as I got further left, I tried to kind of get a little steeper with it and send it to that friction spot. However, there was a little bit of a what I would call down lane carry moment, where if I was a little too far right, it just hooked too much, but the moment I got too far left, it just kind of hit that wiggle and wasn't strong enough or big enough to get off the spot. So it was definitely a weird zone for me to try to throw this ball, because anything right just hooked really early and didn't make the ball look really good. So overall, not my best ball motion, but definitely a ball that I like to throw. I like these smoother shapes. It didn't blend for today. So now we're gonna go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Rocket AI and see how it compares. For me, this ball is definitely earlier than the Sapphire. I feel like it hooked just a few feet earlier, but with that being a little bit stronger, I felt like it was able to be more predictable. However, it still kind of ran into the same issue where if I missed in, it just wasn't hooking, but I feel like that's any shiny ball right now, to be honest, just because it wasn't really blending the lane. The friction was really frictiony and the oil was really oily, so it just was a little hard to get any shiny ball to see it the right way. However, I felt like it saw it better than the Sapphire, so not great, but again, like no shiny ball I think right now is going to be great. I feel like it's definitely the time for those medium balls. So now we're going to go ahead and throw 5 shots with the Hammerhead Pearl and see how it compares. For me, this ball was definitely the strongest and most forward out of all 3, and it gave me, I would say, the most predictable ball motion. I felt like it hooked the earliest and had the chance of trying to strike if I missed in, where both of the other shiny balls did not hook there. So overall, this ball definitely gave me the best ball motion. Just however, again, like if I got it right early, you could tell how much bigger it was because it just rolled forward and would flat 10, where all the other balls would go through the face because they were just saving more energy. So definitely the get 9 type of ball right now, but overall just a step up, I would say, from the Sapphire. Just hooked a little bit earlier. Final thoughts on the IQ Sapphire. For me, this ball just was a little bit on the cleaner side and definitely reminds me of those cleaner, kind of would say close to a ruby, maybe not quite as clean as an emerald, but definitely close to a ruby. So overall for me, I just wasn't in love with the shape. I felt like it could have blended a little bit better than what it did, especially once I threw other balls, it kind of confirmed that. And overall, I just felt kind of uncomfortable with this ball because I just couldn't really get it to hook in the right spot of the lane. So for me, this ball is going to end up being a potato for today. I just felt like I really had a tough time trying to get it to hook early enough, and when I moved right, it just was too quick. So really did not blend the lane for me. I'm going to give it a potato for today.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video useful, make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.